but thank you for the time. I'd like to take you into the world of Bringg and our journey, especially in these days. The ambassador said something at the beginning that resonates very well with me. Retail is changing, but it's not just retail, it's actually us as consumers that we are changing. COVID, marketplaces, omni-channel change our behavior as consumers. In fact, we created what we call today the digital consumers. Yes, it started much before COVID and it grew year over year in a moderate pace over the last few years. But then COVID arrived. When COVID arrived and the pandemic hit all of us globally, what we saw immediately is that foot traffic to stores went down dramatically. And then more and more companies and brands realized that for them to sustain their business and to survive in this era, they will have to move into online. We saw that everywhere. We saw that with our customers and how they use our platform. We saw it with new engagement that we had with customers that accelerated in a significant way. But if we want to look at that objectively, the best way is to look at this slide. And just from Q2, just a couple of months ago, and the earnings call of the leading retailers in the world, look how offline changed to online and look at the dramatic increase they are all realizing these days. I must say that those retailers that they experience and realize the increase in demand and online business, they were prepared for that. They were prepared for that with the technology. They were prepared for that with the logistics, and they are in a position to address the challenges of the online sales. In fact, when you think about online and offline, it's a very different ball game. It's a different game, different rules of the game. And the people that dictate the rules of the game are no different than the marketplaces. The marketplaces have been here for years, and they perfected eventually the customer experience, creating very competitive and exceptional customer experience that is very hard to compete with. When we break down or we boil down customer experience into three pillars, we're really looking at convenient, cost-effective, and fast delivery. These are the three pillars that make customer experience in the online to be very competitive. In fact, just about a year, I think it's a year or 2 years ago, there was a very interesting research that remained to some degree the same and shared with us that 70% of US consumers will select one store versus another based on something very simple, the delivery options that the brand provides to them. In other words, if you want to order your merchandise and you'll get it in 3-4 days with one fleet or another, that's nice. However, those that will offer the consumers anywhere from buy online, pick up in store, curbside, same day delivery, if it's 30 minutes or 2 hours or same day, next day delivery, those brands that provide so many delivery options, those are the brands that will compel consumers to buy from them. But it's a double-edged sword. The opposite to look at that is that 84% of consumers will not forgive you if you messed up the SLA. If you say you will arrive in 30 minutes and you arrive after 2 hours, or you say same day and the grocery will arrive just the day after, consumers will not come back to buy from you. And that's why it's so important to perfect as you go to online. It's so important to perfect customer experience and to establish the operational efficiency. And I can go on and show different slides that indicate the same trend that we see in the market. But what is better than to look at that from a personal experience? So just a few days ago, we went online, we picked a brand, we went online, we wanted to buy shoes from them. And as we were experiencing the phenomenal shopping experience of the brands, looking at different models of shoes, different colors, different sizes, it was really a spectacular experience to say the least. But when we wanted to check out, we looked at different delivery options, and what we saw is that to get the shoes tomorrow morning, it will cost us $25. However, when we went to Amazon, we put the same shoe, same pair of shoes, same price, almost the same price, what we actually saw that tomorrow morning with Amazon, it will be free. And then the question we're asking ourselves is, where would we buy? And of course, we will buy with the reliable and trusted brand that will provide us the shoes, but at the same time, with those that will be cost effective. So the brand sold their merchandise, but what did they lose when us as consumer, we go to marketplaces and buy from them? Well, first of all, they lose us as customers. We're no longer the brand customer. We're now the marketplace customer. With the customer that they lost, they will lose the data. And data is imperative in our world, and especially in the digital consumer world. This is where you track customer behavior, conversion data, and you can really go into perfecting your online sales. You also lose quality because once the shopping experience is no longer your experience, as well as the delivery experience, you lose the quality and the quality of the brand. Definitely they lose revenue because if before they could do upsell and cross-sell opportunities, you buy the shoe and maybe you get a shirt for 50% discount, there is no longer control of the shopping experience because it's not their customer. In many cases, they will pay as much as 30% margin or sometimes even more. So they lose all those things, but then they end up paying 30% and sometimes more for that experience. And then, of course, the last thing here, they lose their freedom as brands. They work so hard to advertise themselves and to establish themselves as leading brands in the world. But once they engage the customer through marketplaces, they actually lose the freedom and they are dependent now on third party for online sales. What does it mean for brands all over the world? And this is not just retail. We're talking about restaurant, groceries, retail on all of its segments and others. Well, it really means that as you move from offline to online, you have to scale up and optimize. Scale up and optimize because you have to do more. If you want to address the 70% of consumers that are looking for more delivery options, guess what? You will have to create more delivery options. Again, buy online, pick up in store, curbside, same day, next days, various options to compel the consumers to buy with you and not just to search the product on your site. Definitely, they need to do more in terms of geo and peak time coverage so they can meet their SLAs. If they say 30 minutes, it has to arrive within 30 minutes. Otherwise, they will meet the other 84% of consumers that will not forgive them. And that's a risk to their business. And absolutely, they would need to provide more real-time visibility and communication. It's a digital world, and people are expected to be notified where is the delivery, how long before it arrives to the destination, and be able to chat and call the driver and be able to control the last fit of the last mile. And the last thing is they have to provide more optimized service models. Why? Because the $25 next day delivery of the brand, it's a real cost. And the only way to reduce that cost is to drive automation and optimization in every mile of the way. In essence, if you look at the marketplaces and you ask yourself, how come they're so successful in building exceptional customer experience with operational efficiency, where it really boils down to technology and logistics. Technology, that means that they have the ability to digitize, to connect every physical assets, every resource in their fulfillment, if it's the orders, if it's their inventory, if it's the warehouses, the micro-fulfillment centers or stores, if it's their fleets, their own fleet, maybe external fleets, and then be able to connect the consumers themselves. And when everything is digitized and everything is connected, automation, optimization, orchestration is no more than when you think about it, it's actually no more than data problem. So what is that they're looking for? They're looking for a centralized platform where they can unify their commerce, anywhere from providing same future-proof platform that allows them to start with one delivery model and then grow over time to more delivery model and provide the full unified unified commerce. Anywhere from providing options at the checkout, delivery options, synchronizing pick and pack with the stores, so the micro fulfillment centers, warehouses, so they can prepare for real-time delivery, be able to dispatch deliveries, not only using their fleets, but using external fleets, and by that, be able to burst up and be able to meet their demands. Anywhere from staging to planning curbside and click and collect models, and then delivery and driver management, building their own fleets. We have a customer, Panera. It's a large restaurant chain in the US. They have thousands of store associates that are also designated to be delivery people, be able to digitize them, connect them, what we like to call to Uberize them, and then to provide that service to the customers. And then, of course, the customer experience, be able to see what is the customer experience in real time and bring it all together under a business intelligence suite that gives you real-time visibility to your operations and allow the business to make decisions in real time. But technology is not enough. You also need to have logistic networks that will provide or will give you massive, instant, and diverse rapid access to so many fleets out there in the world, anywhere from carriers to 3PLs, crowdsourced parcels, everyone digitally connected into a platform, and allows you to make those decisions on the fly and be able to leverage what we like to call consolidated forces of logistics that come together to support the retailers. When you have technology and logistics digitized and connected into one digital platform, the impact is material. When we look at our customers, we see customers that doubling their revenue, online revenue. We see major reduction in their cost, as we call it, the operational efficiency. Using third-party fleets, we see them, their ability to grow their delivery and their volume as much as 100% week over week, and then achieve phenomenal customer experience and as much as 4.7 out of 5 in terms of their customer experience. A little bit about Bringg. We were founded in 2013. We're growing our business year over year. We're doubling our business year over year. We're already north of 1 million deliveries that we are orchestrating around the world with active 3,500 dispatchers that leveraging our platform, serving 50 countries around the world with offices in Latin America, in the US, in Canada, and in Europe, in several countries. When you look at our customers, we actually serve every brand, every company that ships food, goods, or services to their customer. If it's restaurants, and we're very deep in that area, groceries globally, then retail on all of its segment, healthcare, field services, and of course, logistic companies that are interlinked with all the other verticals. So with that said, first of all, thank you for hosting me today. I'd like to call all the people out there that are watching to take bold decisions, be courageous. This is very interesting and challenging times, but this is the time where we need to look at where we are, where we need to be, what are the gaps, and approach those gaps creatively with technology, with logistic partners, and be able to stand up to the new era and serve the digital consumer. Thank you so much.